Hello, all you beautiful people out there, and welcome to my channel. And welcome to Atheist Church. And I call it Atheist Church on purpose. Making fun of the Christians. Anyway, today's topic is hell. And first I want to tell you about like the history, particularly the archaeology, because Gehenna, not hell per se, but Gehenna is a real place. It's called the Valley of Hinnom. In Aramaic, it's Gehenna. And it's a place outside Jerusalem. And it's a place mentioned in Jeremiah. I'm not sure where in Jeremiah right now. I don't know off the top of my head, but it's in Jeremiah, and Jeremiah talks about the kings, particularly King Manasseh and another king, I can't remember who. Hey, Marianne. But talking about the kings taking their children out to Gehenna and basically making them pass through the fire. Hopefully that doesn't get me demonetized right there. But anyway, and if you don't know what passing through the fire means, I think it was a euphemism. Basically it was like a hey, limited light, a place of sacrifice. Let's just put it that way. We'll leave it at that. I will let you use your imagination. Okay. Manasseh was said to be a very wicked king. So use your imagination, people. So that's what Gehenna is. Gehenna is a real place. Now, hey, big zebra. My birthday's in 4 days. So anyway, Gehenna is a real place. It is the Valley of Hinnom, and it's outside Jerusalem. It's a real place. What's not a real place is in for old Judaism, they don't have a conception of hell. They have what's called Sheol, which is like Hades is to the ancient Greeks. Just the underworld, you know, not really a place of punishment. But in the rabbinic literature, Gehenna, and this is where the New Testament gets it from, okay? We've got to put it in context here. Rabbinic literature starts to put Gehenna in the light of where souls go to atone for their bad deeds done in the flesh. But according to rabbinic literature, Gehenna is not the hell of the Christians today. So the lake of fire, sometimes called Gehenna, that the Christians believe in, also called hell, is a place of eternal torment. Thank you, Cryptomeria. So, however, in rabbinic literature, Gehenna is very much akin to the Catholic idea of purgatory, where you atone for the sins done in the body, and then, you know, you, I don't know, go away. I don't know. At any rate, it's more akin to purgatory than it is to um, this eternal place of torment in the rabbinic literature, and this is between the this is between Tanakh and the New Testament. So this is the intervening years. This idea develops that Gehenna is a type of purgatory. And then, and this is probably what Jesus taught. I mean, if there was a Jesus, this is probably what he taught. Because he was a Jew. Hello, he would have taught this, because it had been part of his culture. So, you go in and, hey, Taram, that is a question for Nevermore, but I thought purgatory was more of a place where you go to atone for your sins. But you could be right. So anyway, so that's the story behind Gehenna. Okay. So then, so let's talk about Sheol and Hades. Because while Judaism wants to think that they were not influenced by anything, they were actually influenced a lot by the Hellenistic world, the Greek world. So, Hades is like god of the underworld, okay? And his realm is not like a place of torment. It's just a place where, I don't know, I guess you can call them shades. Um, where they go, to be kept. It's not a place of torment. So, there was a lot of borrowing in the ancient world. And this was considered okay in ancient times. It was considered okay. So I think what happened, and this is just my opinion, it might not have happened this way. But I think what happened was the Jews borrowed this idea of Hades, uh, the underworld, from the Greeks. And of course, they had to Judaize it. So they call it Sheol, which again is not a place of punishment or torment or anything like that. It's just a place where the dead go, you know, kind of like a holding place, I guess, you know. So anyway, so how did the Christians come up with this horrible, and believe me, it is horrible. I used to believe this stuff. I used to believe this nonsense. And I cannot believe how fucking horrible I was when I believed this shit. And yes, I'm calling myself out because I believe in if I am wrong, I will call myself out. And I will do that for anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you work for. If you are wrong, I'm going to call you out and tell you that you are fucking wrong. And I was wrong. I used to believe in this place of eternal torment called hell, the lake of fire, Gehenna. Okay, it doesn't exist. Get that out of your fucking mind. Live your life, be a good person, and live your life and stop worrying about what's going to happen to you after you die. Hi, Mr. Shadow Kitty. Hi, Free Spirit. Because once you die, you're dead. End of story. Get it out of your mind that you have an eternal soul. Because you don't. At least not that we can find. And if you do, then it's a pretty shitty God who's going to punish you forever and ever and ever for having beliefs that you cannot help. I cannot help my beliefs. If there is a God, let me go off on a little tangent and then I'll come back to hell. If there is a God, and if that God is the Christian God, which I don't believe because he is logically impossible, but if it is the Christian God, I wouldn't worship that motherfucker even if he existed. I would not worship him. Believe in him? Well, yeah, I'd kind of have to, you know, because he knows what would convince me, right? If he's real, which he's not, but if he's real, he knows what would convince me. So why doesn't he just fucking convince me? You know? Now, I've always said on this channel, I leave room for something like a deistic god or, like one of the Greek gods or a, a pantheon of Greek gods, Roman gods, Mayan gods, whatever, but not like Yahweh as depicted in the Bible. Totally illogical. So, getting back to hell, if God is going to punish people because they don't believe in him, it's his fault that they don't believe in him because he knows what, according to Christianity, he knows what would convince us. He has not given us that convincing proof that we need to believe in him. So ultimately, it's his fault if I go to hell, if there is such a thing, which I don't believe there is. But that's neither here nor there. Um, so, getting back to, you know, um, the topic of hell, as far as I know, Christianity, Islam, maybe, but as far as I know, Christianity is the only one that has a concept of eternal torment. And that's not across all Christian denominations. Um, the Mormons have something called outer darkness, which is just a separation from God. And it's not like torture or anything like that. It's just separation from God, you know. Um, sorry about that. Uh, so, um, so the Mormons don't have, um, yes, free. I understand they believe in a hell, but I'm not sure what their rendition of hell is, if that makes sense. Oh, yeah, yeah. Got him in my dining room. Uh, so anyway, so that's the Mormon concept of hell. Um, the the JWs, Marianne, correct me if I'm wrong, but the JWs do not have a concept of hell. You know, they think when you die, you know, and then when you're judged, if you're a goat, then, you know, you die again, I guess, and that's it. Hey, fishhead. So anyway, so that's the J Dubs and the Mormons. Then you've got the evangelical hell, right? And you've got um place of torment forever and ever, yada yada yada, you know. Um and this is a threat, right? Plain and simple, you know? It's a threat. You believe in me or I'm going to drop you in hell. What about that is not a threat? This God that you have made up in your minds, if you believe this shit, okay? This God is a moral monster. And not just because of the hell shit. Like I said, I'm going through the Bible in Saturday live stream, right? There's a bunch of shit in the Bible. Bunch of shit that makes him a moral monster. Okay? And if you approve of this God, your God, if you approve of your God, who you think exists, if you approve of him throwing people into a place of torment forever for nothing whatsoever than just not believing in the motherfucker, that makes you a bad person. And I am not trying to put anyone on a guilt trip here. That's not what I'm about. Okay? But you think about this. You think about this. If you truly approve of this God, thank you, Marianne. If you approve of this God, punishing people forever and ever and ever for no reason except they did not believe in him and kiss his ass, that makes you a bad person. And like I said, I don't want you thinking this is a guilt trip, okay? Because all in all, most Christians are not bad people, okay? You can have bad ideas and you can be a bad person in one area of your life and good in other areas, okay? So everybody's got their problems. Everybody's got their areas where they need to be worked on, you know? And that's fine. But I'm here to tell you, if you're a Christian and you believe in hell and you approve of it, that's something you need to work on because that is bad. Okay? Work on it. Because the only way this world is going to get to be a better place is if we do it. Jesus is not coming back. If there was a Jesus at all, the dude died 2,000 years ago. Get your fucking heads out of the fucking clouds and live in reality like the rest of us. Live in reality like the rest of us. And deal with your mommy issues and your daddy issues like big boys and big girls, and stop blaming every fucking thing on God or Satan because they do not exist. You are responsible for you. So own up to your fucking shit. There is no, well, I might have, killed somebody, but, Jesus forgave me. No, he did not. Because he doesn't exist. And if you've got a problem with me telling the truth, well, then fine. Have a problem with me telling the truth. Fundamentalists think it is abusive to teach children evolution, which, by the way, is a fact. You don't think that teaching children about this horrible concept of hell, you think that is not abusive? You really think that teaching children that they are going to burn for all eternity if they make one misstep, you think that's not abusive, but teaching the facts of life is abusive? I'm sorry, but if you think that, you are a fuckwit. If you really believe that, you are a fuckwit to teach your children one misstep is going to send them to eternal torment is abusive. What do you want me to do? I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. I am tired of this shit. And like I said, I used to believe this shit. So I'm calling me out, I don't know, 15 years ago before I stopped believing in hell. Hey, Prince, what you doing? But anyway, I'm tired of this shit. It's time we stand up and we say, we're not going to take this shit anymore. And I'm calling it out. And I will call it out till the day I die. That's why I'm on this fucking platform. I don't care if I hit 10,000 subs. I'd like to. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to. But I'm calling this shit out. And if I lose popularity for it, then fine. But we got to stand up to this nonsense. Hey, Mark. We got to stand up to this nonsense. Evangelicals think it's abusive to teach facts like evolution. Evolution is a fact, people. Get over it. But teaching a kid that if they do one misstep, if they make one misstep, they're gonna burn for eternity. That's not abusive. Give me a fucking break. Thanks, Cryptomaria. Trying to show his comment, but it's not coming up. There it comes. There it comes. All right. Thank you, Cryptomaria. This is how your religion looks to us. This is how your religion looks to us. And you want us to believe that Christianity is all about love? No, Christianity is not all about love. Christianity is about pressure tactics. And if pressure tactics don't work, scare the fucking hell out of them. That's what Christianity is about. Christianity is about power and money. Maybe it didn't start out that way, but Paul sure made it that way. I hate fucking Paul. Maybe it didn't start out for power and money, but it sure as hell ended up that way, didn't it? And yeah, I'm fucking mad. And you can't shut me up. I will never shut up about this until I cannot do this anymore. I will call you out because you need to be called out. Christianity is not a loving religion. It's not. Christianity is not even fucking real. That's a whole nother can of worms that I'm not even going to touch right now. But it's based on a lot of myth. A lot of myth that precedes Christianity, by the way. Precedes Christianity by very much, based on stuff like Zoroastrianism and Greek mythology and, you know, stuff like that. It's a made up religion. Hey, girl, are you having a stream tonight? So get your fucking heads out of your asses and stop believing this shit. Stop telling your kids that if they make one fucking mistake, they're going to burn for eternity. That is the epitome of abuse. That's the epitome of abuse. Face reality. Cryptomeria, we all did, you know. But now that we know it's false, we can try to do our part to fix this mess, you know? So, no judgment here. Okay, girl. All right, let's see. So we did the archaeology of Gehenna. We did Hades and Sheol. We did um, um, I don't have like a notepad or anything. My live streams are usually free flow. Um, so um, it's just a free flow kind of thing when I come onto my live streams. Um, and I like it that way, you know. Um, but sometimes that means I forget stuff, but whatever. Um, the thing is, uh, that's Callie right there. The thing is, you realize that it's not real, okay? And you can fix this. You have the power to fix this, okay? Stop hating yourself. It does no good. Stop hating yourself. Stop beating yourself up. Stop living in the past. Move on. You've got a bright future ahead of you. Leave the past in the past and move on and say, you know what? I really was a horrible person when I believed this shit, but I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to be a better person from now on. You have that power over your life. Take that power back. Sorry, Callie. Callie wants her lovin's right now, and I'm like, Callie, you're in the shot. Okay, Callie. So anyway, get your butt down. They don't want to see your butt. They don't want to see your butt. So anyway, but yeah, that's about all I have. You know, uh, but my parting message is you have the power to turn your life around. Okay? You don't need a God. You don't need a God. You have the power to turn your life around. Take back your power. Take back your power right now. Take it back. Take back your power. Stop believing in this nonsense and get in the real world. Almost a freak, almost. Get over this nonsense. Take your power back. I might put that in the title. Atheist Church, hell. Brackets. Take your power back. You have that choice. You've always had that choice. But maybe somebody didn't present it to you. Because these people don't want you to realize that you have that power. Religious people do not want you to realize that you have that power. They only have the power over you because you give it to them. Take your power back. So, anyway, stop believing this nonsense. If you want to believe in God, go ahead. Believe in God. I don't give a shit, right? Believe in God all you want. But hell, get it out of your mind. Get it out of your mind. You are better than this. You are better than your religion. You are better than your God. And I know I'm not going to reach a whole lot of Christians, but there might be somebody out there that I can reach that says, hey, I get it now. You can still be a Christian and not believe in hell. Plenty of people do that. Plenty of people do that. Anyway, I think that's enough for today. Boy, I did not mean to get going on a roll there. I did not mean to be getting on a roll there. You know, yep. Yep. Good for you, Lisa. Good for you. So if you're just coming out of Christianity, or even if you're still in Christianity, you know, take your power back because you have it. You have it. The only power people have over you is the power you give them. Take it back. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you later.